And we are live. Hi guys, welcome back to day 2 of the daily spread. Kind of a slow news day, but we have a few things to talk about. To kind of give you an overview of what this show should be is just kind of a daily chat between the LGG and you guys, the readers, to talk a little bit of what's going on in the Big 12, college football in general, and maybe about how teams are doing, and just to answer whatever questions you guys have going. Give us a like on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, _LGG, and be sure to share it out, tweet it out. We love all that stuff. That helps us a great deal. These are supposed to be very quick, so we'll just kind of get into it here. We have the Baylor schedule preview yesterday that went out today. As soon as this wraps up, we'll have the Kansas State 2017 schedule. So look forward to that. Baylor's schedule looks incredibly tough to open the Big 12 play. I mean, you're looking at, I think, Oklahoma State's in there. Let me just pull this up because I cannot memorize their opening schedule, but it's incredibly tough. My gosh. There we go. So we'll get to that. I don't know if they can make a bowl game. I think that's the bar. Baylor, their goal this year has got to be, with Matt Rule, it has to be to get to 6-6. It's going to be incredibly tough. You know, they have Duke on the schedule. That's going to test their depth in the non-conference. But as soon as they enter conference play, they have Oklahoma, Kansas State, Oklahoma State, West Virginia, and Texas in that order. That is a brutal stretch. And I don't know much of what we saw last year as Baylor kind of fell apart once they started losing. I don't know if they're going to be able to pick themselves back up off the mat and get the wins they need to get in order to become bowl eligible. It's going to be a very tough year for them. Definitely check out that preview that's there on the front page. K-State's going up here in a few minutes. Not a lot of news today to talk about, so if you guys have any questions or whatever, definitely type them in. I'll try to answer them going forward. Slow news day. Mike Gundy took the podium yesterday. He talked a lot. He kind of he seems pretty optimistic on 2017. He compared this team to 2011, which is the year they fell just short of the national title game. That's a big comparison to make. The best year ever in school history, and you think this team is capable of doing that. That says a lot about his confidence in this team, which is, you like to hear that, but, some of that has to be proven before we can make those claims. He's really excited about the defense. Kind of some strange moves there on the defense. Ramon Richards, who was a cornerback who, he was kind of a, love him and hate him kind of guy. He would give up a couple big plays, but then he'd turn around and make a game-sealing interception. So you kind of take the good with the bad with him. Moving him to a safety is kind of odd given his body type, but so that'll be something to pay attention to, especially that since Oklahoma State is going to be a little young at corner. They don't have a lot of depth there right now, or a lot of experience, I should say, right now. So that's definitely something to watch. The other thing would be a little interesting is Gundy wants to bring back the J.W. Walsh package, or the Belldozer package at OU. That short yardage or red zone quarterback that fall forward, get you a couple yards, just a bruising guy. They definitely have that guy on the roster. Jelani Woods, he's 6'7". Gundy thinks they could get him up to 270 pounds. A quarterback that's 6'7", 270 pounds. That's basically a tight end. Just give him the ball, and he's gonna get you 2 or 3 yards every time. So they have the guy. Whether or not they can get him game ready, get his frame up. I think he's about 30 pounds short of that 270 mark. Somewhere in there. So he's got some development to do to be able to give the Cowboys that weapon. But man, if they can bring him along, that will be something that will be hard to stop. Tom Herman at Texas also had his press conference yesterday. His spring, one of them, his press conferences. He kept it simple. He demands 2 things out of his team: effort and ball security, and that sounds pretty good. You can't ask for more than that. He thinks that they can fix anything else, technique, anything else, but you can't fix effort. They can fix mistakes, but if you're not going hard, then what are you going to do? He did talk about some concerns on the defensive line. He thinks that maybe the guys are a little bit undersized right now. He needs to work on their strength and conditioning, so that's definitely something to watch as we near this season here in the spring and the fall. Can that group kind of develop, and will he become more confident in that group? Definitely something to pay attention to. I don't know about Texas's outlook here. I think we can all agree they should be better than they were last year. I think they're a team on the rise. There's just not going to be a lot anywhere for them to go. I mean, you have OU, Oklahoma State, Kansas State, all look to be very good. TCU could be very good. So where does that really put Texas? 5th going into the season? You don't know who are they gonna jump. That's definitely that's the biggest question. A team can get better all they want, but the question is where are they going to get the wins from? And especially in a conference, you play the entire round robin. Everybody plays everybody. That's the struggle. That's what Texas Tech struggles with. That's what West Virginia struggles with. That's what anybody, Kansas, Iowa State. When you're looking to move up, where are those wins going to come from? And you can be better, but are you significantly better to where you're better than this team now, or you're better than the next team on the ladder? That's the question. Other than that, spring football well underway. There's not a lot of news. I want to keep this short. Couple funny things though. If you head over to Wide Right, Natty Light, our friends over there, they have a great article. I'll post the link here once the show wraps up. But they caught on video their I'm gonna mess up his name. It's Greg Brabinick. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Everybody calls him Skip. They have him on video falling down the stairs, and it's kind of funny. Coach Matt Campbell and let me look here. Coach Tom Manning. They're kind of making fun of him. They posted out the video. It's on video. He just comes flying down the stairs. It's pretty funny. But apparently this is a problem for in Ames, where they have guys, coaching staff, falling down the stairs. It happened back in June to one of the assistant coaches, and they have that on Twitter too. And it's just kind of funny that you don't get someone of that stature, of that nature, falling down the stairs all the time. That's pretty funny. The other bit of comedic little fun news is, what if you're a reporter and you're interviewing someone live and you're just talking about something, and then you realize at the very end that, oh, this guy's famous. Who am I interviewing right now? And that's what happened. A local reporter in, I believe, Houston was interviewing about what were they talking about here? It was something. Oh, road rage. That's what they were talking about. So he's just talking about road rage, asking this guy if he's ever been witnessed road rage, that kind of thing, and then at the very end of the interview, he asks for the guy's name, and it's Adrian Peterson, and it's real quiet, and you can the reporter's off camera, but Adrian Peterson's like, yeah, that Adrian Peterson, yep, that's me. It's pretty funny. The reporter is like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that. It's just kind of a funny little video there. SI's got it. We'll post a link to it so you guys can watch it here as soon as this wraps up. I think that's about all I have for you guys today. We like to hit that 10-minute mark. That's right where we're at right now to keep this short. If you guys have any questions, now's the time to put them in, about anything really. Well, I mean, keep it clean. But let me scan. I don't think there's anything else. I'll go through this real quick. The Combine wrapped up yesterday. I think a few draft boards don't have anybody in the Big 12 in the first round, which is absolutely insane. And I understand that you have... What did my dog do? I understand you have a perception there the Big 12 talent is down. They're not getting the 5 stars, and that kind of cycles. But you watch what's on the field. You watch what took place in the bowl game. The Big 12 have some players. Now, Rudolph and Mayfield, they didn't go, but to not have anybody in the first round is just, it blows my mind. I can't believe it's 100% a talent problem. It has to be somewhat of a perception problem with the conference and the style of play, because I mean there's just no logic behind it. They don't have. I mean, you have MAC guys going in the first round. I mean, it's not a talent issue. Let's be real. It has to be style of play and maybe the way it matches up. But that if no Big 12 player goes in the first round, that'll be shocking and detrimental to the conference. But I'm sure we'll talk about that a lot more. Yeah, I'm not seeing a lot of anything. That's all I got for you guys. I think tomorrow, be sure to join us noon again. I think Brady's actually going to be on tomorrow, so it'll be his first day on the Daily Spread. Give us a shout. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, share it. We want to keep this going. The more people we have watching, the more interaction, the more comments we get, the more fun it's going to be. So definitely check it out. Thanks, guys.